Snorbrek. Hosta mefta cinco basta. Hosta mefta juvre. Rishi labir groove snores ladiakor. Rishi labir usas nos dovre. Hosta mefta cinco basta. Hosta mefta juvre. Rishi labir groove snores ladiakor. Rishi labir usas nos Snorbrek.
Yazor, why Yazor, go, if ma.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, we descend deeper and deeper into a more wretched hive. Hi, everyone. My name is Living Force, and my name is Pierce, and I'm the Living Force for this game. With me is the band. Say hello, the band.
Hello, the band.
Hello, the band.
Hola, the band.
This Already off to a great start. This is our this is our Star Wars game set 5 years after the rise of Skywalker and 5 years after the fall of the First Order, which is to say 5 times longer than they were in power. Which has followed our band, now known as the Crystal Toasters, on now a 2-system journey. How's everyone doing tonight?
Doing good.
See,
Ready
I'm
to make some
learning.
beautiful
There you
music.
go.
Ready to
I'm
go?
participating in the chat.
Oh, excellent.
Ooh.
Ready to hear this. Ready to hear this graph tambourine solo. Did you? I don't know if you may not have seen the Instagram post was all about
All
that
about
graph
Venom.
tambourine.
Oh no.
Yes. You are what we're hinging this entire episode.
I also included in the Instagram post today a deeper cut Star Wars joke, which was literally not featuring a special appearance by Watt Tambourine, because I really thought that was a funny
Jesus
stupid thing to
Christ.
say. Watt Tambor is of course a famous Skakoan who was a part of the I think he's the Techno Union. But enough about that.
Before I get into any sort of recap or anything like that, I believe Philip has something he needs to do in keeping with the the rules and regulations of this channel for
Yes.
the time being.
We have an advent calendar. Would you like to open these?
No.
Okay, would you like to hold it then?
Yes.
Okay. So we are going to be opening several of these. We're going to be opening up to today. So for the first time since receiving this calendar, we will be current. So far, I have collected numerous dice of 4 different varieties. We have the dice that have cats on them. We have the dice that have spiders on them. We have the dice that have bubbling cauldrons on them. We have the dice that, well, what this dice has on it is really, it's a witch hat is what it's supposed to be, but I've been saying it's a witch's tit with like one hair coming out of it.
Yeah.
And I think that I'm right.
That is upsetting.
Okay. But that's 1 through 19. Let's jump in with 20.
Just kidding.
That's you pretty
You just pretty
Is this a Halloween advent calendar?
It is a Halloween adventure calendar because it has dice
That's
every
so cool.
dice every day, and there are actually 2 more coming out, which I already went ahead and bought on their Kickstarter because of course I did. Whoa, that is rad. Is there another? Sometimes there's 2 in there. This is not from those sets. This is a waxing moon.
So cool.
Wow.
Ooh.
So
I
there's
want that.
Wow,
that's
so
very
there's
cool.
different phases of the moon in you.
That's so
a cool
sick.
set.
What?
That is so cool. Wow. Okay, so
I am going to break into your house and steal that.
well,
Oh, no need. I will steal it for you.
well, I don't
Thank you.
like anything about this conversation. So that's really cool, though. I will roll this to see how much moonlight there is on a night. You can be
That's
like,
so
ooh,
cool.
Yeah.
ooh, it's a waning gibbous.
How do you know?
Wait,
What the hell did you just call me?
All the moon?
How do you know if it's waning or waxing when it's gibbous or crescent?
So true.
You are making.
Yes.
Oh, it's because
Does
there's
it have
a
an
dot.
arrow?
There's a dot on the side, so you'll have to
Oh,
decide.
the way that 6 and 9s are?
Yes, the way that
Nice.
exactly the way that 6 and 9s are.
I love when people say exactly
So
about
yeah,
my
so
answers.
one of these, I think it's like one of these is waning and the other is waxing because it's on the one side, the other's on the other side. If you just decide ahead of time,
You get to pick.
you get to pick. That was 20. Let's do 21. Ooh, 21. Ooh,
It can't get better than
fun.
that. This is going to be a disappointment.
That is really actually accurate. Ooh, well, I mean, it is a D20, and it does have, instead of a 20, a scary spider.
Oh,
Halloween.
I like that color.
I do too. It is kind of hard to see on the street.
It's
but
like
there-
kind of blood red, not just red.
Indeed. Kind of that marbling thing. 22 down here. Oh, guys, hold up. Can we hold this one a little higher, actually?
sorry.
This one is one of our famous double windows, so there might be more than one. Oh, there are, in fact, but they're not dice. What are these? Oh! Okay, that's a weird thing for it to say on each side. So these are little potion bottles.
Aww.
One says, drink me. The other says, drank me. So in other words, one side, it's full, and the other side, it's empty. There's also dots on it. So we got that in 2 different colors, matching the...
That's so cute.
So do you think that that's for, like, keeping track if you've drank the potion, or is it to decide if you do or not?
I think it could be either. Yeah, you could flip it and say, I will drink it, or but I think that's a good idea to have it be to keep track.
Yeah.
Ooh, but that's very cool. All right, so that was 22, and today is the literal 23rd.
Yes.
Well, then this, for the first time, everyone. I know we've all been so excited throughout this process. And we just ripped the facade a little bit because this one didn't get as punctured in the thing. Ooh. Another delightful percentile, which is the most useful thing for tonight.
Indeed.
How fitting.
I like that color. These colors are cool.
Their colors are cool. This company, also, speaking of what we're doing tonight, this is the company that makes the Hyperspace D6. Where every side has a different number and you're in the cockpit, but then when you go to hyperspace on a 6.
Oh, very nice.
Pretty rad.
It is really cool.
That's cool.
So yeah, thank you to, thank you Black Oak Workshop for letting me buy your product and showing it off on her channel. Yay! Thank you for that digression.
Oh, no, not at all. That was wonderful. All right. So, I know it's been, we've had at least 1 week off. What is time? Maybe 2. Who knows? But as a reminder, when last we were assembled, we finished off the dinner with the moth with a quick sort of palate cleanser of sorbets and ice creams that everyone could find a flavor they liked. So if you wanted something more loamy, you could have that. If not, you could not.
Loamy is my love language.
Your love language is 1 word?
Yeah, it's a taste sensation.
But afterwards, you left guided by Mika Krat, who took you to what appears to be some sort of vault that her code cylinder was able to unlock, in which you saw, I believe it was something like 250 million credits worth of credit chits inside of it. And she gave each of you 50,000 Imperial credits as part of the deal that you all made, that you would get paid half up front and half upon completion. And then after that sort of deal had been, that part of the deal had been dealt with, she set off to go about her other tasks to get ready for the tech rehearsal and the day before the big ceremony, and left you to navigate your way back to the ship, the docking area on your own, where you did, where Neela and Chanson were able to notice and identify between the two of them 20 of these caged lizard-like creatures with sort of white tufted beards, like little beard hairs, as Islamari, which are a species from a planet called Merkur that are notable in that they create an area around them where there is a void in the Force. The Force has no effect within the void of this aura that they... And that if you put enough of them together, you can extend that field further and further and further. And there was about 20 of them in cages being offloaded. After which you all decided, well, we have a lot of work to do before tomorrow. You went back to the diplomatic suites, dropped off what you need to drop off. Chanson got a note from the Pikes. And then Neela wisely pointed out that it's possible that someone might be listening to your conversations in the rooms you were given. So you returned to the Marge Sable to write this anthem for the Prime Order, which you manage to thread the needle and write something more about how Kaladin is so wonderful, and basically make it more about the city that you are in, with the title of it being Kaladin in its prime. And with sort of allusions to the Prime Order, so that the Moth and those others may read into it as they wish.
And we named it Prime Jizz.
Well, that's the parenthetical.
Oh, what's the name of it then?
Kaladin in its prime is parenthetical Prime Jizz.
Oh.
Is just jizz in parentheses, or is it prime
No,
repeated?
it says
in the
prime
parentheses?
twice, I think.
Okay.
Oh,
And
Oh, boy.
that's a good
Guys.
point.
and
Yeah, that is.
and mostly since we were at the bar during the March Table is the bar right by the finery shop. Tipgala was notably quiet, sort of watching the door, just in case one very attractive Twillick came through the door. But mostly she sat and drank and contributed to the songwriting here and there. And then notably, Murdenki underwent the task of trying to train aid Venin in the tambourine and finding a beat, and managed to, by the end of the night, have Venin reliably find a 4/4 beat. Venin did then undertake some of her own tinkering with the grav tambourine, utilizing some of her expertise in personal shield generators technology. To what end, we will find out at some point. I'm
Yeah,
certain.
Sure we will.
Or not ever. We'll find. Who knows? But with that, you all sort of rested for the day, and then the next day, Chanson went to his meeting with the Pikes alone, where it was revealed that the Pikes are not hunting him in the way he thought. That they are very aware of who he is, of who Venin is, who he works for, and where he came from. But what they want is his expertise. That they want to hire. Ska Pike made the deal, basically made the offer of a job to come work for the Pike Syndicate, and that all they want is to try to invent new versions of spice, basically.
So many amazing we're in a world of opportunity.
These are not good opportunities to have. This is
Tell that to my 50,000 Imperial bucks.
I one, I can't talk to them. Two, those are.
Oh,
I
take
mean-
one of your mushrooms and you can talk to them.
Well, that's actually a fair point. Oh, speaking of which, here's your treat.
Thank
for the day.
you.
There you go.
Neither does each one of the credits have an individual voice, or is it a collective thing?
It's a collective consciousness
Okay.
of imperialism and capitalism, but mostly it's an oligarchy of cash.
They don't sound very pleasant to talk to.
They're actually
Depends how many mushrooms you've had.
they're actually really funny. They do bits.
In any case, after that meeting, Chanson
Get
made
it.
his way back to the diplomatic suites, where he found Venin and Murdenki training, and Venin having made even more progress. But they were then escorted by airspeeder over to a large sort of arena that has been converted for the celebrations, with a stage erected in the center and the Prime Order symbols painted onto the field on their side, and a small fleet of TIE fighters sort of parked on the far end, where you met Mosey Shan, who was sort of you might call her the stage manager or the producer of this show, who was frazzled because we were running behind, but Neela managed to do some breathing exercises with Mosey, our Togruta connection, and we are basically beginning to run through the opening number as everyone ascended the stage, everyone with their instruments. Tipgala as requested by Venom, standing next to Venom on the stage as Venom is about to begin this grav tambourine solo that opens the entire show. And correct me if I'm wrong, the plan is that this leads into Kaladin in its prime.
Yes.
I thought that was the closing number. Oh, God.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, is that the closer? Is
I don't know. You tell me. I'm sure we
or
decided
were we
to
doing
do
Mad
it.
About Me? Were we going into Mad About Me out of the
Are we
opener?
doing a whole set, or are we just hired to play an
whole set.
original
It's a
song?
whole set.
No,
Yeah.
it's a whole set.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it's a big show. It's whatever we would have, whatever you would have thought the decision was. I'm sure. If we
You do know
open-
that all that has been directly requested of you is Shadowtown Gumbo, this new song, Sabak Shift, and then basically, other than that, it's open to you. You were given some leeway to maybe include some more classic Rylos stuff, but that has not been decided yet.
Yeah.
It seems like there's just basically this tech rehearsal. You'll sort of understand what the two things that you need to nail are this opener and this closer. As far as that's sort of going to be what's timing with everything else that needs to go on here.
Before before Venom starts, could I maybe do like a little like shimmy shake with my crystal pants to kind of give her the beat? You know what I mean? To like cheat the beat a little bit for her. Just
Okay,
a
yeah,
little-
sure. Go ahead.
Just
Just a little.
Yeah, Anna, I would say let's make this an acrobatics check.
That's wonderful. I love that idea.
Go ahead and make an acrobatics.
just wanna- I don't wanna
and
give
with a
it-
bonus because it is crystal based.
Thank you. Oh boy. Well, okay, so hold on. Every time,
As a reminder, we're trying to roll low in this.
yes, and I rolled way too high. So I'm gonna use a force point. The force point, then I can re-roll the.
The
You
whole
get to
thing.
reroll everything.
Okay. Okay. Lower. So what do I do to re-roll the 10th percentile? I mean the 10th, because I got a 51. How do I re-roll that with a D8?
You have to spend.
Oh, you don't. Oh, yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, you spend 2 force points to get to roll it as a D8 instead of a D100, a D10.
Okay, I'm
So-
gonna do that.
Oh, okay.
This is how much it's worth to
Okay,
me.
so then instead of the percentiles, you roll
Shouldn't
D8.
you save this for the actual
That
performance?
being said, though, the other thing you could do, Neela, is
You're right.
You could just
Yeah.
spend. You have a decent amount of luck, and we tend to get that back. You could also spend 21 of your luck to turn it into a success.
I'm going to spend 21 of my luck to turn it into a success, and so my luck goes down to 53.
Oh my god. Okay.
That's
To-
how
To
important.
just show me the beat.
Yeah,
But
because
crystals.
if they see us doing a bad dress rehearsal, we could get in trouble.
she's right. We should try to do our best.
So
I always do my best.
Oh,
So yes, this is where we will pick up then, Venom. So now Neela is sort of like in place at her dulcimer, just sort of shimmying,
yeah, doing a little shuffle shake.
just to try to kind of get the beat. Now, Venom, what I will tell you is I know you made some modifications to your grab tip. You are welcome to deploy these whenever you like. What I will say, this is the tech rehearsal. This is not the actual show.
You know,
There's-
I don't think I can do it twice. I think I have to just go it alone on the tech rehearsal.
So I will say, go ahead and make a grav tambourine performance roll for me, but add an additional bonus because of Neela trying to help you sort of act like a click track for you.
Is that right?
That is perfect. Oh.
Oh.
Regular success?
Success.
Okay.
Yay.
Okay, so it seems like
Actually, roll one more, because you always get one bonus, so you gain an extra bonus.
Oh,
So maybe
go
it'll
ahead.
be better.
Regular success.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and check that box. And so with a regular success, you managed to keep the beat. There's no flair. There's not a lot of showmanship happening in it, but you were very on beat. You're just very much concentrating on it, right? Actually, let's make a roll for Mosey Shen to see how.
No one talk to me.
Okay. So and basically with the chord, which watching this like steady beat is easy enough for Mosey Shen to kind of see where it's going and to coordinate the basically the timing of when the rest of you jump in, and the like basically that being the takeoff moment for the TIE fighters. This is my favorite thing that happens ever on stream is when Philip curses and runs away to go get something. So the TIE fighters basically rise up and begin sort of like a slow, as they basically rise up and begin like a slow over the field and basically out into the city, that they're basically going to do like a very slow kind of glide over the city.
What's that like?
Perfect.
That's how it sounds.
That's really good
That's pretty good.
for a vocal TIE fighter.
Pretty solid.
That's amazing.
And the whole. So basically, we now know that there is one TIE fighter, one interceptor, and 2 bombers in this squad. It looks like.
There's no bomber. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, that's fine. That's fine.
I don't think I have.
I was basing it off the models, and it looked like bombers. So if it's not bombers,
No, these are the little ones that come down. I'm sorry.
Are those the interceptors?
Okay. So there's an interceptor leading, and 3 regular ones, which seems like a fine display.
Neil is like, there's a lot of air pollution.
Don't worry, this planet's dusty enough. It's not gonna matter.
True.
It's okay. It's not like you're in. Also, it's just not like you're in a giant enclosed underground.
I was gonna
space.
say, aren't we enclosed?
Yeah.
We're just
Um,
inhaling all the fumes. It's fine.
So
I mean,
then I will say, if everyone
Oh,
else would just make a performance roll with your chosen instrument, just everyone in the group.
Success.
You Venom, you've already made the roll, so you don't have to. You've already gotten success. Success from Tipgala. Excellent.
I just
Extreme
Oh.
success.
now so if it's a 004, is that a 4?
That is a 4.
No.
That is going to be a
That
vital
is-
success for you.
Now I roll a
That
vital.
is the best possible thing.
come in anytime, guys. I don't know if I can keep this
So
up.
hard.
Mm-hmm. So a hard, a vital, a regular,
Extreme.
and extreme. So we did the whole thing.
That's the whole gamut.
That's the whole, yeah.
Did we get like a royal flush there or something?
Yeah.
But we didn't have anyone fail.
do we
If
get
anyone
luck for that?
failed, it'd be
Do we roll for luck for that?
It feels like you getting a straight seems like I will roll it though.
Oh, okay. So we
Oh, no.
barely get any luck.
So
Everyone
we'll get
gets
one.
8 luck.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Shit, just kidding. Hey.
Sure.
Are
Okay,
you
so-
serious? Get 8
yeah.
luck back?
Everyone gets 8 luck. For
That's really good for
rolling
me.
a straight of successes, basically.
That is pretty cool, yeah.
It
I
seems
physically
unlikely.
can no longer roll over my luck to try to get more luck.
No, if you roll a 96
roll
or higher,
96
you get
or
more
higher.
luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. On anything where it is anything once you get to like a 99 or in the high 90s, whenever you roll a 96, you improve.
I'm taking a pause, instrumental pause.
Yeah, so basically there is a moment where like you all start to see what looks like Venon's concentration waning, and instantly all kind of come in for what would seem to be like the way that you all bonded with opening with Shadowtown Go. And you all sort of bringing your own sort of influences and stuff like that. And you manage to get through the sort of currently established set list, which has some gaps and stuff like that, until you come to the closer, which is Kaladin in its prime, which I'm going to just carry over your successes into that, which allows Mosey Shan to very clearly coordinate as you're basically beginning the opening bits of this. The TIE fighters basically start they're turned back towards it, and as you all hit the closing beats of it, they start basically dropping, because fireworks are kind of hard to do in this underground chamber. They drop basically chaff that creates these smoke images, and you can see like floating in the sky the design of the Prime Order symbol, and then as another pass they come through, it turns into Moff Zog's face, and then they basically land.
Neela is tripping balls at this point too, and that quiet face is it's a lot.
Yeah. The face sort of looks down. She's like, "Well done, Neela."
You're welcome. I'm back.
You don't hear that.
And,
Unless you also have taken a bunch of mushrooms. Then
So we finish the song singing, "Kaladin, you are amazing."
Correct.
Jesus Christ.
This is how it ends. So yes, Tipgala ends with saying, "Kaladin, you are amazing." And then there is something that feels a bit like one could interpret it like a military march, but it also feels like it might have more like roots in Ryloth tribal beats, a little more syncopation than like. But you could, if you were looking for an imperial march, you could find an imperial march in the closing beats. You really threaded the needle on this one, guys.
What I do best.
All right, well, that's you did great.
I gotta go. I can't.
Yeah, she did. She did.
She did very well. Do we have time for her to rest before we do another set?
Yeah, this was.
I get a fan out. I'm like, okay, then.
Yeah.
Mosey Shan walks up to the stage, sort of data pad in her hand. Well, that was quite excellent, Crystal Toasters. Is that those are definitely, I assume the set list is still sort of in flux. It felt like there were maybe some pockets in there, but is that definitely the opening and closing numbers?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes, there.
Okay, that's enough. When I hear those, I'll be able to coordinate off of that when the actual show happens.
The other song the Moth is most interested in was sort of the midpoint. I know you're not coordinating stuff, but if there's other, it would be when we did Sabak Shift. So if you want to do some more stuff there at kind of a midpoint,
we could probably do some sort of maybe some important lighting cues or something there that might. I'll make some notes of that. Talk to the crews about that for Sabak Shift. Noted. Any other? You talked with the Moths. Are there any other sort of highlights there that need to be, or is it just those three beats?
I think can we just let's when I'm doing treachery and countenance, let's take it down just like spotlight, Like I'm just doing I'm just doing that one acoustic, so just kind of, so that gives everyone else a break.
I don't need a break.
Do you need to I always hate having to
I'm still fanning them.
Are you hungry? Do you need to go suck someone with your fingers?
Something wrong with you? You're doing all these things.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Oh, Vinny, it's not a break. It's just that in the middle of a set, sometimes we have the grab cavalry person go and drink some water.
It's tradition.
It's a part
Yes.
of it.
Oh, you guys sound so stupid right now.
Okay. Well,
It adds to the performance, I'm telling you.
Okay. Okay. No. Come time, I will be ready. No breaks needed. Right now I just need like a little break because you guys were taking it out of me.
understood.
It sounds good. Sounds good.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's basically. I have you are sort of the least thing I'm worried about coordinating, and you all kind of came through there, and just have put me totally at ease as far as you and that variable goes. So thank you for that.
And the breathing
that's what we
too.
do.
The breathing put
The breathing.
you at ease.
Yes, that was very helpful. I appreciate that. I'll try to remember that in the future. But I don't know that we need to necessarily run through this again. Those are some pretty obvious, heavy beat cues, and we've got it all recorded, so we can sort of play that back as we need it if we need to kind of run through. So I think we're probably good. I mean, at this point, you've probably been here for roughly 2 hours between sort of probably playing your set and probably there was probably some moments to actually stop and do some real quick sound balancing and tech work and stuff like that.
I think that's about all we can manage for now.
Yeah.
So I guess as long as you're do whatever you need to do to get ready for the real deal tomorrow.
Yep, we'll be ready.
I'm gonna disintegrate into 1,000,000 pieces and then reincorporate in my body.
Right.
All right. Why
As
don't
I
you
said,
do
do
that
whatever
when
you
we
need
get
to
back
do.
to our apartments?
To get ready for the performance. But the speeders are still sort of standing by, so if you just head out there, there should be someone in sort of at their way ready to take you where you want to go.
Yeah, let's get Neela back to the apartments so she can discorporate or whatever.
Sounds like a plan.
Or
Turn into 1,000,000 pieces.
incorporate.
Whatever it was she said.
I don't know what I said.
Neither do I, Neela. Neither do I.
So it's easy enough for you to basically make your way back to like where the air speeders are waiting. You could lift back up, and it sounds like you do all want to go back to the diplomatic suites.
Yes.
Easy enough to make your way back there. That instant, and you can see like as you are kind of rising up, you can see that there appear to be in the time that you've been in the amphitheater, the arena, working on sort of working on the second rehearsal, that there is more decoration. So you can kind of see like the city starts to have had a little more like banners hung down the street, kind of like when you see like that they start advertising for a play at the Pantages, where there's basically just banners hanging on every light post for a show, right? But in this instance, it's basically the Prime Order symbol, the sort of the First Order symbol with a Death Star in the center.
So what you're saying is that none of those posters have Merdenki on them.
No, that is.
They don't need it. Everybody knows I'll be there. That's why they're coming.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Sure. Okay.
I'm just glad you don't have to see your face everywhere.
It also doesn't say Medea.
Oh, because you've got the real thing right here.
Yeah, that's.
Who needs anything else?
Oh God. Well, I thought that went very well.
Surprisingly, yes.
R1 minus.
And
Jensen, before we get back to your carpet, I think I need to ask you about something.
All right, go ahead.
Are you Ben, are you doing this in the speeder with everyone, or are you
Yes.
waiting until like okay?
Everyone. I think we all know what has happened here.
Mutiny.
Do we?
Yeah, Merdenki, we do. You took a meeting without me,
I did take a meeting without you. That's true.
but that was rude.
Oh, I see why you're saying that. Well.
Oh, I get it now.
I'm confused.
Thank you.
No, it was a meeting. You were not particularly invited, and this is people who are not friends of your uncle Nikul, so they would probably want to, throw a bag over your head and kidnap you and sell you back to him for a
Did they
ransom.
talk about my uncle?
They actually did, and they talked about you as
Didn't
well.
they? Okay, so I think I should have been invited.
Well, you can take that up with them, but I'm just concerned they probably would have.
I know.
Again.
I'm taking that up with you.
Okay, well, God, alright. Well, so those are the pikes. We've talked about the pikes before. Remember the flow chart I did of all
Wait,
the
the
different...
pikes?
Yeah. Remember the flow
The
chart?
pikes are here?
Yeah.
You didn't tell us this? Isn't that kind of a big deal?
Right?
Didn't I mention there was a pike symbol on that? I thought I mentioned the pike symbol on the door. Maybe I never told us that.
Seeing
I
a
think you were
pike
talking
symbol
to
doesn't mean
just
they're
Ben
here.
when you said that.
I know I told Neela, which granted doesn't mean anything.
What are
but
Yeah.
pikes?
yeah.
I think you pointed out the symbol, but didn't really express that you think that there's a pike implement here.
I just assumed you all being of our ilk would have been familiar with the various.
All right,
Don't let
Chansey,
him
you
smart
gotta be.
shame you.
At this point, you have to understand that you shouldn't assume anything with us.
That's fair.
You implied that there would be First Order presence at this meeting place. None of us caught that. Why would you
No.
assume that we would catch the
Yeah,
pike?
fair enough. I will. Well, the pikes the full, so I didn't really want to embroil any of you in issues with the pikes. But
Well, we're embroiled now.
We are.
I
we
mean-
are.
Yeah.
you're not.
As
embroiled
long
with
as we're
pikes.
not pikes on the inside.
Well, what?
Okay, but
That almost makes
Oh.
sense, Nina.
Almost made sense, but you do realize that because we are with you, they will view us as enemies as well. And I mean, putting out a symbol doesn't necessarily mean they're here. A kid could have spray painted that.
yeah, and like, who
Right.
are the pikes? Like, what?
Okay.
Oh,
I've
I
I agree,
already.
Venom. Who are
so-
the pikes in this world?
Well, the pikes in this world happen to be the literal pikes. I went and had a meeting with one, as I was requested to do this morning. The purposes of this meeting are going to be very complicated for me and you. No, you, Venom, I'm talking to you. They have some designs on some matters here. They're trying to
Did they talk about my outfit?
No, they talked about, they made veiled threats about kidnapping you,
Okay.
to hurt you, to get to your Uncle Niku.
It's about the same thing, really.
Mm-hmm.
That's
But
not,
like, they didn't
that's
mention my
inaccurate.
pants at all. They didn't get to see my butt in these new pants.
That's true. You know what? I am sorry to tell you, Venom, no one mentioned your butt at the meeting.
Okay.
You should
fact-
ask them. You should ask them about how short, tall she looks in those pants.
Yeah,
See if they notice.
Neela,
maybe they won't
Yes.
recognize her. I mean,
That's true.
she does look very different.
did you ask them that? At least.
I did not.
Okay.
I feel like we'd be better at business meetings than you, Shanson.
Yes. Next time, may
I am-
you invite
Like
us
we
quite
know
over.
the
business.
questions to ask.
I am a bit of a businessman myself.
We're-
I don't think we differ,
Would you
no.
all like to have a sit down with the Pikes? Is this something you're all interested in? For real? Think before you answer this. Do you want me to contact the Pike who had me come to their office this morning under cloak of dagger and made all sorts of veiled threats and insinuations and things? Is this what you want?
It depends. How many of them are there? Like, if I took my blaster there, could I take them all out?
Oh,
or-
bad idea.
Yeah, and do they want to
I
pay
mean,
us in
just
jobs?
saying.
Well, they kind of want to pay me in a job.
No, not jobs, joms.
Jobs?
You know, like uncut joms.
Okay.
Oh,
No,
Yeah.
no one is speaking about you. For some reason, you keep pronouncing it that way, and I don't know why.
Well, you never heard of uncut joms?
No,
Thank you.
I. It's just I don't know. It's a.
What kind of chairs did the Pikes have? Because Tipgala might like to take a meeting there.
Ooh, I could tell you if I had been invited. What kind of chairs?
I mean, do I
Jars?
need
Are
to
you-
be
are
able
you
to
just
fit a
pronouncing
blaster in
jars
my
and
dress,
joms? Are you just
though?
pronouncing things weird for the purpose? Okay. There was no chair for me to sit in, Nina.
Well, that just seems-
I went in. There was a Pike sort of behind a counter. His name. I'll tell you his name if you want to know it, but it might be dangerous.
I do not.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
The point is, I can set up a meeting with this Pike for you, but then you have had a meeting with the Pikes. So, and when you try to, if you're on the run from the huts and you're known to be meeting with the Pikes, that might not be a good thing. You know?
Listen, if you want me to blast them, I am 100% down to meeting them.
Tipgala, I do not recommend you blast any Pikes.
Okay, but can I at least hit them a little?
Ooh,
I-
I think yes.
I strongly recommend against that as well. I think that basically interacting with the Pikes in any way is not what we're here for.
Oh, and that's why he did it.
Right, well, that's because they...
Yeah, that does seem pretty dumb,
Yeah,
Jancy. Why would you do
super
that?
dumb.
They
Yep.
coerced you.
That's me. I'm just a dumb human idiot. That's my whole thing.
Oh.
Well, you said it, not
It's
me.
okay, all humans are dumb.
Yep, I know. We really are. Yep. What's Chance? Chancey made a
Okay. At this point, the speeder probably lands at the
I'm gonna
hotel.
give Chanson a hug. because I feel like we've been really hard on him. And also, I'm losing a little grip on reality, so I can't wait to hug somebody
there
right
you
now.
Okay. Thank you, Neela. That's fine. Okay. Thank you.
And you just hear a tiny little whimper.
It like very much starts as a regular hug, but then like suddenly now you're just hanging off it.
Okay. Neela, you are stardust.
We are going to be okay.
Yes. Shh. You are back in the womb. Don't you worry. Do the Tokruta have wombs? I think they do.
Hana, what?
Okay, don't worry about it.
They do.
They do. She
I am not born of an egg.
Well, there you go.
You can't help them out. You can't help them out of their egg because it makes them weak. They have to fight their way out.
That's right.
So, should you wish, the airspeeder has landed in the courtyard. And if you all wish, it's easy enough for you all to, as many times as you have before, you can make your way back up to your rooms without issue. Unless there's any other conversations that you wish to have in this car, or... Okay, so then as you all make your way back up to your rooms, several of you find things waiting for you in the room.
A gift basket?
Is it edible?
No. So, Neela, we'll start with you. Neela, when you enter into your room, sort of set up at the table where there is maybe the largest crystal you have ever seen. It might be the size of your head.
Yo, it's fucking chaos emerald.
And there is, in fact, basically a data pad note with it that I will attempt to read in the author's voice. So, when you came by my stall the other day, I had no idea who you were and how important you were. So first of all, thank you for patronizing the shines of the dune and buying all of those wind chimes. I thought this might help you with your performance. It's a focus crystal, so you just need to sort of sit and stare into it, and you'll see a color in the center of it, man, and that will let you know how you're feeling and how to maybe either that's a good thing or a bad thing. You at least know what you need to adjust or not adjust. But anyway, I hope things go well for you, and thank you again so much. Yours truly, Dune Coronado.
Neela's weeping. Just the beauty of this gift and the generosity. I don't know if is it a weeping crystal? Because it's really making her cry.
I'd say as you cry and you start staring into it, you do notice there is suddenly almost a deep blue ocean hue that starts appearing in the center of the crystal as you're sort of crying and looking into it.
Amazing.
Let's see. All right. We'll go to Chanson. In your room, actually, your item and Venon's item are in your room. So whoever. So for you, it's not so much an item as there is a message for you on your data pad.
For me?
Yeah. There is basically a data pad left for you on your desk. And when you power it up, Chanson, assuming you do, there would just appear to be several images of what appears to be a state-of-the-art laboratory, equipment that you've never seen in person but heard about, and it looks incredibly new, well kept, and there is a note that I will once again try to read in the author's voice. This is our most up-to-date facility. It is located in a more secret location on Corellia. We do know how you feel about Corellia. So I would like to just make a point that this is the model. We are willing to build this lab for you on any planet in which a pike has influence. But if you wish to go to Corellia, I don't understand you, but this facility is there.
I hope it gets built on Corellia.
Jansen, just these images, you know, of these incredible sort of areas where you can do things with science, don't move him in the slightest. If this man had offered him a vintage Al-Sakani mosaic or things of this nature, it might have swayed him, but instead, it's just more of this stupid science that dominates his life, so Jansen, very casually, just because he doesn't want to take any chances, stabs it with a vibro dagger.
Meanwhile, while Jansen is stabbing a datapad to death, just to be safe, Venom, there is a datapad for you on the rug. It is from an unknown sender. But when you basically, this is a datapad that is a series of issues of a magazine simply entitled Nuts for Butts. 2 T's and nuts.
Nuts for butts.
Venom, what are you looking at there?
Go away.
You want me to stab it?
No, I don't want you to stab it. Mind your own business in your room.
Why don't you go mind your own business in your room?
Because we're here. Oh my god.
Yeah, okay.
And then, all right. Evens, we go to Merdenki. So, Merdenki, you have a moment here while you're kind of processing something that Chanson mentioned earlier offhand. And as you're staring at this pile of money, this 50,000 Imperial credits, that Chanson mentioned that they're basically worthless, right? Because Imperial credits outside of this system, as far as you know, there isn't a place that accepts them. But you start to think that maybe between various things that you have done in the past, that you probably know someone. I tell you what, go ahead, make a miscellany roll for me, Merdenki.
Okay. It's not a very good score.
Well, I'm not. Well, and tell you what, you can have a bonus on this because it involves money.
Nice.
It seems like something Merdenki.
Never mind. Doesn't matter. I got an 11. And I'm gonna use 1 point of luck. Actually, no, I'm not, because I wanna mark that off to improve it.
That's fine. You don't need a whole lot of circumstance. You basically you kind of get that, like, you probably, even though you have like accounts at with the intergalactic banking clan, you don't think this is the kind of thing that they would change into like more usable currency for you. Also, like, you're unsure of the status of that, given that the Hutts still seem to be monitoring and have frozen those accounts. But you have engaged in a criminal enterprise once before. And
Maybe.
The most experienced person on that crew, I mean, most of them were like failed, like, you know, questionable diplomats, questionable doctors, but there was one actual experienced criminal there. And you think that maybe if you reached out to Lucknux, you might be able to, if whether or not he knows how to, he might know someone who could.
I mean, someone in his extensively large family might know something as well.
That there's a way that you could basically, that you think Lucknux would be able to help you exchange all of this currency for everyone into standard galactic credits or whatever sort of currency they wish.
Yeah. Okay.
So you basically have a way to change the worthless, which I think is an important, probably the most important thing from Radecki to take away from all of this.
Yeah, that's pretty important.
Which I think, but there beyond that, there is actually nothing waiting for you, Radecki, in your room.
Okay.
Just the money
just
you already
epiphany.
have.
Yeah. The only thing waiting for you was an epiphany. Tipgala.
Yes.
When you enter your room, there's a dress form sort of in the center of the room. And hanging on it is an incredibly beautiful gown.
Whoa.
That has these just intricate, ornate designs stitched into it. Would you like to read the note first, or would you like to examine the dress first?
The note.
Okay. So, and once again, attempt to read this in the voice of the author, Putrizu, rather. My dear Tipgala, I understand you are performing at the opening ceremonies, and I thought that the dress that I prepared for the dinner was not enough. That you needed something more impressive. So I took it upon myself to fashion this dress for you. It is, if I recall, should fit you perfectly. And I think it will honor the place you are in. As a side note, you would now have a moment. You are in a city of your people. It would perhaps be nice to hear an older Ryla song to speak to the people. But I look very much forward to seeing your performance tomorrow. My warmest regards, Patrice.
And Tipgala's gonna let out like a girly giggle, look around, and be like, "Nobody heard that, right? Okay." But
Down
have her
horrendous.
try just the worst, like full-on BTS army level of just.
Oh no!
So she's gonna go ahead and try on the dress and just see how it looks and try to figure out which Rylathian song to sing.
Okay. So the dress fits perfectly. In a way, like it's almost like the dress you wore to the Moth's dinner was like a first draft. And whatever, like, even small imperfections had been in that dress have been smoothed out for this one. Like, there is not an unflattering angle you can have in this dress. As far as the song goes, go ahead and make me a Twi'lek history roll, please.
Whoa.
Ooh. Regular success, but I will take it.
Okay. There are, with a regular success, there is a song that leaps to your mind that you remember from sort of more like historical performances, things like that, called "Break the Chain," which is a very ancient Ryla song. It actually sort of has to do with the Zygarian slave trade from
basically
before the like right around the time the Hutts basically were conquering Ryaloth and enslaving all the people there. So this was a sort of empowering song for the Rylothians at that time. That you think will probably be like a good fit and a nice historical piece that probably won't ruffle too many feathers, even if it is like a
Too many let go.
too many let go. But I'd say with that, you also think that being a historical piece, it probably, even though it is about like finding power and an uprising, right, and literally breaking your chains, right, it probably won't bother the prime order.
Who do I sing the song to in order to get them to add it to the set?
Oh, it's you are all in control of what you play. You just have to talk to your band.
I'm sure we can figure it out. Is it Ryloth Soul though? Because I know that's your genre.
Oh.
Do we do a Ryloth Soul arrangement?
Oh.
No, it's got to be more like a traditional song, kind of like old time Japanese sort of music where it's more difficult to sing.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. like opera level. Just
Oh my god.
with a lot more skill.
I mean,
But I will get it.
Bring out my space.
yeah,
space
Chance is
zipper.
here for that. He loves to. He'll play more the organ part of his organalute. for sure.
Is there a Star Wars version of a Koto? Like,
Oh,
I can pull that.
that'd be glorious.
Interesting.
I'm
There's
trying to
this-
think of like a traditional music.
See, that's a fun. There's this other really good ancient song about how you will never break the chain. If you listen to the wind.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
think Neela likes that one.
Yeah.
If you don't love me now, anyway, I'm being pushed.
I can still hear him say.
And also, if you, I'll lump this in with that Twilight history roll. That as you look down at the dress, you can see that there are sort of stitched in subtly. There are basically these sort of traditional symbols and artwork of Ryloth, sort of like the Ryloth version of like a Kokopelli kind of thing that has been sort of very sort of subtly worked into the design. So it doesn't feel like necessarily like a print, but if you're kind of like standing back from it and looking at the whole thing, you can kind of notice it. Although you do see a symbol you don't recognize. That is sort of just appears sort of more like around the wrists or basically sort of the sleeves. I guess I shouldn't say the wrists. It's more of like the sleeves of the dress that are what look like leku that have sort of been twisted up to like a point.
Can I look it up? I don't have very good computer skills, but can I research it on a datapad?
This would actually be a gather info roll.
Oh. And where would I find that?
That is under it's under the mental stats.
Okay.
It's like,
First column.
yeah, it's under, it's like the
Okay.
fifth one down.
Ooh. I'm gonna try to roll for it anyways, and I have so
Okay.
much luck point. It doesn't even matter. I mean,
You can also spend force. You can also spend a force point to have advantage.
I'm gonna
or have
put
a
80
bonus,
luck
rather.
points.
I just rolled an 18, so I'll just spend 3 luck points.
Sure,
You're
sure.
still over 100.
Oh.
It's fucked up.
All right,
I
so
like
that's a
these
regular
dice.
success.
Yeah, regular success.
With a regular success, sort of asking around, I think basically you kind of ask around in the hotel to all the sort of Twilights there and the concierge and see if there's anyone who can kind of identify this symbol for you. With a regular success, you don't actually find any information on the symbol. However, I would say as part of this, you do find that they actually, that Break the Chain has actually become popular on Ryloth once again because of problems that the planet has been having with an organization called the Chain. That this sort of that there has been some sort of turmoil, not quite as oppressive as the original intender of the Chain, but because it is becoming sort of problems planet-wide, the song has sort of come back into popularity, making it possibly even a better choice.
Hey. Okay, cool. Then we're definitely gonna sing it. Right, Merdinky?
Yeah, sure. I don't care. Fucking yeah.
Just trying to start a fight with you, that's all.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Can't imagine why you want to do that. We're such good friends.
Yes, friends. That's what they call it.
Uh-huh.
So
That
the
is.
kids call it nowadays? Yeah.
That's what most people call it. That's how the language works.
Oh man.
Billy Tip Gala.
Pretty sure it's
Basic
called
is my second language, just saying.
Ah, well, fair enough.
Are you still what are you reading on the datapad? Seriously, what is that?
Mind your own buttsness.
Could you please get inspiration for that?
No.
I tried. I fight the good
And
fight.
not
Inspiration.
just because that's not a mechanic in this game.
I know, but I was just thinking maybe it should be for buttspiration.
I'll tell you, in any butts rolls you make, you can have a bonus.
A buttsness.
A butt vantage.
You need a new skill for like butt check. Do a butt check. Like
Guys, just so you know, because I just want us off of what's happening right now. If the shadow is on the right, it's waning, and if the shadow's on the left, it's waxing. So that's how you.
That makes sense.
Unless you're in the southern hemisphere, in which case.
Good luck to you
Um,
with your reverse toilet flushing. Have fun.
so I don't know if you all want to discuss any further arrangements for tomorrow. If you all wanted to at least maybe rehearse, break the chain one time before.
I need to practice it a lot.
Why don't we do break the chain here in the room just to see if we get a sense of it? Because the other thing is, could you play us a recording of like a famous recording of it? Is the style that you want it done? Do you want us to adjust the style? We can determine what instruments are appropriate if we need to change up our. I can pull out different stops in the organolute for this one based on the vibe.
Let's try a traditional first. Like, let's do traditional, and if it doesn't work for my voice, we'll just switch it around a bit.
So Neela does the hammers rather than the plucking things of the dulcimer.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and that's a famous enough song. It's easy enough for you to pull up like traditional recordings of it, or at least somewhat more, maybe even more contemporary, but in a traditional flow vibe.
Oh wow. Well, that's more than an octave jump for you, Tipgala. Okay, that's a big one there. Okay.
We've got this.
Do you like the song?
Yeah.
What do I need to roll to get this?
Well, this is going to be basically, I would say it's everyone if everyone would make a performance roll for me with your instrument.
Success.
Oh,
I'm not getting good rolls. I'm getting meh. You roll a 5?
I rolled a 5,
You roll a 5.
which means I'm going to roll a shitty roll during the actual performance, and we're all going to
Jesus.
die.
We're all
Extreme
gonna get
success.
killed.
It's not like they're going to shoot you on the stage. They're not monsters.
No, they'll shoot us afterwards, though.
This is just a performance for this rehearsal in the room.
Yeah.
Yes. So, sounds like a
Vital.
vital for you, Chanson?
Yeah. I spent some luck points to reroll. Or
Okay.
I spent force and luck, but it's vital.
And almost a vital for Neela. 5 is just shy, right? For 99.
Mm-hmm.
Regular success for Tipgala, Mordenki,
Extreme
extreme
success.
success, and Venom.
Does it like
Of
a
course
light
you have an
like a
extreme
light
success.
fail?
A light fail.
Oh.
Did you roll your bonus?
Well, so hard to hear. There isn't really like a great tambourine reference, a grave tambourine reference in the
Totally.
recording. So it's hard for you to kind of follow along. The rest of you, Chanson, Mordenki, and Neela, this is sort of very easy for you to slip into a more classical style.
Can I ask Chanson to like make a psst sound in my ear whenever I need to make a psst sound on the tambourine?
I'm really concentrating on the.
But can you just?
I have to glissando 1 moment.
I don't know why that got me, but it did.
In any case, I believe this one requires some concentration.
No. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
But Tipgala, while you don't while it's not awful, it definitely is a strain for you. Like, it is work for you to kind of find yourself within this sort of rhythm, these octave jumps. It's possible that it might be, if you wanted to do a new arrangement that's more suited to you, that might aid you in the performance. But this was by no means a failure. You feel like this would be an admirable job if you wanted to perform something more traditional. But if you wanted to kind of bring your own flair to it, that might make it easier.
My pride gets the best of me. I'm gonna try to do the original performance.
Okay. Interesting. Hang on a second. I'm curious as to what would we think about as like an arrangement? I don't really want to do arts and crafts because I feel like all of you are pretty terrible at that.
I would make the claim that in her specific, I think it might just be the instrument role, but especially for her because it's a vocal arrangement, it's just her singing.
Oh, that's fair. That's a fair point. So yeah, just make one more roll for me to see basically how you'll basically pick your.
I rolled a 9.
A 9?
Yeah.
So happy with your extreme success on that?
Yes.
Okay. With that extreme success, not only do you find your new arrangement, but it's almost like the way like Michael Jackson would work with the band, where he would just go over and like sing the instrument parts to everyone else. So you can kind of like be like, here's what I'm gonna do. Here's kind of what I think you should do, Merdenki. Here's what I think you should do, Chanson. You're able to like sort of dictate to everyone else how they basically what their kind of new arrangement would be.
I receive it. Thank you.
Is it? Do you want the glissandos? Is it too much?
I mean, I think it sounds fine, just maybe a little lower.
Oh, okay. Down an octave, I can do that. Yeah, that's fine.
What about the Graf Tom?
You sound amazing as always. You'll do great.
Thank you.
Okay, and then is there any change to the set list? Because currently the only thing that they're really operating off of is that you are opening with Shadowtown Gumbo. The midpoint is Sabak Shift to sort of highlight. The closer is Kaladin in its prime phase.
We're also.
Do you want?
Also on there for sure. I'll break the chain. Treachery and countenance.
Sabak Shift.
And I assume you will play some of your other hits, Merdenki.
Oh yeah, of course.
Our hits?
Well,
no.
Oh.
No. There's specifically ones that like off of this album that.
Well.
Like maybe.
Come away to the hiding way.
You might have to talk to Tipgala if you want to do Tatooine Blues.
That's true.
You can't do that on your own. That's really the singer's thing.
Rishi Labier probably going in there.
You should do Rishi Labier. That is a pretty catchy song.
I'm just saying, you're in our band now, so it's our songs.
Right, but like they specifically asked for me, so.
So you wanted to do Tatooine Blues, right?
Oh yeah, of course. But also,
Sure.
I want to do Rishi Labier.
So if you want to do Tatooine Blues, give me 1,000 credits, and I'll roll with you.
Atta girl.
Is it worth 1,000 credits?
Wait, why do you don't like Tatooine? You don't like Tatooine Blues?
That's the point.
Oh, okay.
No.
Fine. I'll do it for 50 credits.
Why don't you just do it for the music?
Right now.
Because if I can get money out of it, I'll get money out of it.
Oh, so you're a sellout already, huh? The fame getting to your head?
Why have you not been asking for money for? Oh, wait. What? My curiosity is why it is Tatooine. Why it is? Is it the Jundlin Blues? Which song? The one from your album? Ain't no love in the heart of the Junland.
Forgot about that.
That's the lyrics.
Oh man.
See, you gotta know your value. If you can't do the song without me, I was just wondering if I can get anything else out of it. I mean, if not, it's fine, I guess. But if I could get a little bit of credits.
You're getting paid for the gig.
Yeah, but
I'll play it for free.
Thank you, Niels.
Fine. I just.
Okay, but Tipgala and also I would like to not play it for free.
yeah,
You are a bad influence on Venom.
I'm so curious what's going to happen right
I
now.
love peer pressure. Can I just say?
This is drama
Yes.
over like one of so many songs that we could just play or not play. It doesn't matter. This is so interesting.
You
Why
told
they're-
me earlier it matters with our life.
That's okay. That the concept does. Okay, no, you know what? She's got me there. That's fine.
Does she? Okay. never
No,
mind.
she has me
Okay.
there. That's true.
The point is,
Medenki paid.
I'm not playing any song. I give them each 50 credits.
Also, what a stunning backtrack, right? 1,000 credits. Okay, 50.
50.
You've learned nothing from Neela.
I give you each 50
I broke
Imperial
this thing in
credits.
your shop. That thing that you broke costs 200 credits. I'll give you 50.
Right.
Ah.
I'm just learning from Radinki. That's why.
I give you each 50 Imperial credits, specifically.
I might be able to melt these down. You know what? It's better than nothing. I'll take it.
If anyone else takes it, I'll take it.
Good job, Benin. Learn your worth.
But
I'm
definitely.
very proud of your improvement on the Grab Tambourine, Ben.
Thank you.
I want a whole empowerment montage on Venom just like kicking ass and taking
Venom
names.
genuinely
And
needs
looking at
no
butts.
further empowerment. Venom has more. Okay.
No, I didn't say entitlement. I said empowerment.
Thank you.
Just, you know, like.
Very entitled and yet not at all empowered.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Oh, that's the pants dance she's doing right there.
So, and I guess the only other thing to know is this. So, are you placing Break the Chain in the first half or the latter half? Because I think it will basically run counter to Chanson's solo moment, basically.
It depends. What would undermine the Imperial sounding song?
Well, it's just like it's basically, are you placing it at the beginning where it's closer, like basically like opening, or if you put something that have it closer to the Imperial.
I
Imperial.
think we should like back end it more.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, and then I guess, is there anything else you all feel like you need to discuss? Do you want to write any notes back to people or send messages to people?
Ooh,
I'd like to write a thank you note to Dane Coronado, Esquire, Crystal Esquire, and thank him.
Yeah, you could send. Yeah, you can. If you just want to like basically fire off another email back to him effectively,
Yeah.
you can have
And that is Doom Coronado.
Dune, like sand
Dune.
dunes.
Everyone in chat, it is Dune, not Doom.
Dune.
We were all
Yeah.
just assuming
That
it was
Doom
a
Toronto.
common Lothian name.
Nato.
No. It is Dune like a sand dune, which is why it is. his place
Coronado,
called Shines
like
of the
the
Dune.
lost treasure of that place.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go, Dune.
Coronado Island.
Yes.
Ah,
There you go.
I too will send a note back, just a greeting and thank you and like all the good stuff.
yes.
All right, excellent.
I will send a note to Chanson anonymously saying that he don't sound very good.
Okay.
Are we
What do I
going to
roll to
also-
deduce if this is from Venom?
gonna pray to the force that
This
Venom
is a
does
psychology
as well on her solo
Psychology roll?
actual show.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, what was that, Murdocky?
I'm gonna pray to the force that Venom does as well on her solo as she did in the rehearsal.
Make a luck roll.
Oh dear.
Fucking go.
Wait, but he can't luck roll my performance.
I guess I can actually.
I mean, you can only
I-
luck roll your feeling of ease about my performance.
Well, we don't
That
know.
is 16, which is an extreme success on luck.
Noted. This
Are
was not
you
like
a force
it's-
atheist?
It's not necessarily. He is praying to the
Smuggler.
force to see if this will happen. This is a matter of like how he feels. You
I'm
feel that the force,
I'm
like
probably like force agnostic.
there's just you feel like a sense that the force is on your side, right? This is not going to necessarily take agency away from you better than anything.
Thank you.
I rolled a hard success
A hard success.
on psychology. So I
Yeah,
know this
the fact-
is from Ven, and also I know her handwriting.
Well, it's also like, it's probably just written at like a data pad entry, right? But the fact that she spelled good GUD was a dead giveaway for you.
It's rude. Is the
Well, are we
fact
gonna
that
have
she
a-
handed it to me herself also an indication?
Yeah, that's probably also a real giveaway to it.
Great.
I want to have a Venom literacy montage as well.
Oh, it's not that Venom can't read. This is how Venom writes when she's. I imagine this is how she just writes to Chanson when
But
she's
that
trying
is
to.
so sweet, Mila.
Okay. Well, apparently I don't sound good. Ven, you're going to tell me what's on. I don't care what's on her data pad. Is anyone trying to meet you on your data pad? That's the only thing I do need to know about.
Ooh, good question. How do I find that out?
Okay,
Like,
cool.
do I put out like a feeler? Like,
Absolute. No.
Oh, is there a dating thing for this town?
I'm sure there is a dating app in Kaladin. Actually, in Kaladin, maybe not. The Prime Order may not be down for that. I'm sure on Ryloth there are some dating apps.
Yeah, absolutely. There's all kinds of
Ryloth Mingle.
So, like, I
Uh,
can swipe here or not?
I mean, you can swipe on it. It's just not. There's no. What is this? Is this just shots of butts?
Mind your own.
Okay. Well. I suppose. I'm sure you can find a dating app somewhere. You want me to search the whole internet for you?
No, I'm fine, and I'm very short. I'm like,
You can find it on the dark hollow
Like
net.
tall, short, or just short?
Tall
you know
short.
what, good question. Short.
Tall,
Short,
tall.
short. Okay.
Tall short.
Okay.
I'm still learning these things.
Don't totally. Everyone always says that about you, that you're like really dumb. But like, we'll wait.
Venom, do me a favor.
Yes.
Make a use computers roll.
Oh no.
Force help me.
Do you want to spend any force? You have so many force points. You want to spend any to give yourself a bonus on this?
No. What's
Because,
my thing?
well, your thing's a 15.
No, I will get it below a 15.
Okay.
I have a 72.
So close to 77.
Do you want that to stand? Do you want to do anything about that?
No,
You can
I want that
re-roll.
to stand, but I don't know the consequences.
Effectively,
whatever.
I will say, just to kind of put this in our world terms, rather than like opening up a dating app or something like that, you have basically just posted like what you're looking for on the Ryloth version of Twitter.
Okay, I would definitely like to spend some points. I would like to spend.
Well, I mean, that's like you've posted that. Like, as far as you know, that you've posted it, your dating profile.
No. I need to spend all the points. What can I spend here?
You could spend 1 force point to re-roll.
Well, you could make another use computer roll to try to delete it.
Yes. Yes.
Without right. And if you spend a force point, you could have a bonus
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah, so what will I do now?
that.
Yeah, yes. I would like to do all of those things. I don't really care, but I'm gonna do all those things.
If she fails, does it go on the Facebook version?
It depends on how bad she fails.
Wow. You could spend another
no.
force point to re-roll all of those. You didn't fumble.
Yeah.
So a 95 is fine.
No, the 85. You
No,
have a
yeah,
bonus.
95 would be a problem.
You get to use
because
the
it's
lower.
15.
It's 96 is where it's the problem.
96.
Yeah. But you could spend another force point and re-roll all those.
Oh yeah, I would like to.
Okay.
Ooh, 13.
She
13. Succeed. Okay.
And
you have deleted the tweet. Go ahead and make a luck roll for me, Bennett.
Oh my god. 55. Oh yes.
And no one seems to have seen it. Didn't see like you had any replies or notifications or anything like that before you deleted this tweet.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, thank goodness, Chanson.
Why? Okay. At the risk of once again explaining why I'm always right. Remember how I always stab data pads with vibro daggers before they achieve sentience?
Yes, but I thought that was just because you didn't like how your face looked.
No, it's because I don't trust them. Because it's very possible. Listen, here's what I want to say to you, Venom. And you tell me which of these two things you think is more likely, okay? One, you made a mistake, and on this data pad, you typed something wrong, you made a mistake, and there was trouble. Or the data pad has some degree of sentience and must
Data
be
pad
stopped.
had some, and it has to be stopped.
I stab it with my vibro dagger. Wait, is this the one with her butt stuff? You know what? I'd do it anyway.
Yeah. Go ahead and just so you can have it, go ahead and make a vibro dagger roll for me.
Are those okay? To be clear, all the butt stuff.
Oh yeah. If he succeeds in this,
You
we
can
just
throw
throw
stop
out
me if you would like.
we throw out so many data pads in this.
I also,
such a
technically,
waste.
because this is a thing and I'm having to roll for it, I only have a 32 in this.
Are data pads just like
I did
burner
roll a
phones or
12.
something? Like, why are we throwing them around?
Yeah,
Like,
just
I
rip
don't know,
roll
doesn't
a
everybody just have
They're
one data
like-
pad? Like,
no,
They're like
data pads all over
notepads,
the
you can
place.
just throw them away.
Yeah, basically. People
Really?
don't write things.
Yeah.
Like it's a big like everyone just has data pads and will hand you information on
Yeah.
a data pad.
I don't know why.
It's like handing people a notepad.
Yeah, it seems like data capacity is very small in Star Wars and Star Trek because they have stacks of them.
yeah.
I rolled a hard success. I rolled a 12.
Rude.
Wow.
What?
I'm sorry.
Oh man, you
There
like
go the butts.
yeah, successful hit. You saw it in half basically. You were just with one swipe, it's in two pieces.
So I
it just
have-
splits. It just Venom. You just watch as like right through the cheeks. It just sort of falls in half.
Only I get one cheek.
You
Right
catch
through
one
the
cheek
cheek.
for a second
I'm sorry.
before it powers down.
You are my brother, Anakin.
Cha-cha.
Well, you said it was a.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We'll look at butts on yours.
I've stabbed
He
up
doesn't-
mine.
He doesn't like those.
Damn dog.
I don't have any data pads. They've all been.
Okay, but whose data pad can we look at butts on?
I'm sure Nina would be fine with it.
I'm like in the corner of my data pad.
You
And
can use mine.
Thank you. I do get the feeling that we could use Mila.
But
tonight.
Chanson, don't stab it. Don't stab it.
Listen, Neela.
You don't have permission to stab my
I
data
won't.
pad.
I won't unless it achieves sentience and is going to threaten you.
Oh, that's a great point.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I'm not as worried about yours achieving sentience. But Venom's started to right there. Also, someone delivered. This is a new data pad. Someone delivered this to you. It might have sentience already. That it might be a Trojan.
No, I don't think so. When I went
No?
to the restroom, I told this girl like her boobs look so good, and then she said thank you, and I think this is from her.
You think a girl you complimented in a public restroom here on Ryloth?
Yeah, but like her boobs did look so amazing.
And you think in response to this, did you get a name? Did she learn yours?
No, but she did say thank you.
Okay, so you think somehow from that interaction, she determined your place of residence and sent you having complimented her boobs, you think she then sent you a collection of images of butts?
That is so nice.
Okay.
It's so nice.
All right, it's fine.
Chansey, I was wondering, do you have like a Turing test for these data pads that understand when they're achieving sentience, or do you just kind of wing it, kind of eyeball it?
I just use my human intuition, something they've yet to fully achieve. I just feel it. They say I might be mildly force sensitive when it comes to stabbing data pads. I think they might be right.
Sensitive.
This is my favorite thing about Chanson. He's so
Can
logic-driven, so fact-driven, so historically minded. Except when it comes to data pads, then it's all feeling. It's all feeling.
Can I use my Leku to see if my data pad is sentient?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Because I'm buying what he's selling.
Yeah, go make a Leku roll.
Oh,
I thought you've been buying what he's selling.
but well, that I get for free.
Oh, okay. Okay, good deal.
Hold on. What would a Leku check be?
It's at the bottom of your senses. You actually have a Leku.
My Leku check is an 85, but I rolled a 94.
Well, you could use 9 luck points.
Stop.
No,
You've already used a lot today.
no. I just gained back 8 luck points that I desperately needed. So this is not the roll to use it on.
I will just say that you sense nothing from the data pad. One way or another. Inconclusive.
Okay.
But I do actually, if you're gonna, are you handing the data pad to, to Venom?
No, I'm holding it and I'm just putting it.
Right, and after your Leku has sort of.
I got nothing. Yeah, and then I hand it to Venom. Yes.
Okay. If you would kindly make a use computer roll for me. This
Me?
is just this is for like a historical usage.
Okay.
And that'll be towards the bottom of your mental stats, right above your dulcet.
Oh God, I thought I had a good roll, but I didn't. Use computer. I rolled a 38, but I have to get below a 15, so fail.
Okay. Venom, Neela, having sensed that she does not believe that there's any sort of sentience involved with this, hands you her data pad. You boot it up. It is riddled with viruses, with the screen just sort of popping up and fluctuating.
I opened every Norton antivirus attachment
Everything.
I've ever received.
You've won so many things, and you're just waiting for them to come in. But like, it's also a thing of like, but you see things pop into existence all the time. So this just feels very normal for you in terms of using it.
Yeah.
But it's like really hard for you to even just navigate it without something popping up. Like you close one and like 5 other things pop up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
that one's from my friend who's a prince on Tatooine, and I sent him a little bit of money.
Yeah, totally. No, I would have totally too.
I mean, what a nice note. They've inherited the money, but then they can't get it unless I send them a little bit of money. And so I send them a little bit of money, maybe a little more money.
Oh my God, should we send them what we're making for this performance?
Oh, that's a thought.
How much of this am I hearing?
And they could invest it for us, I'm sure, and then we'll get a nice return because he's the prince of Tatooine.
They're a prince. Yeah, they're a prince. Should we just do it?
Probably. I can't get it straight. Oh my God. The dumb leading the dumber.
Venom, look out the window. There are people. They have butts.
Are they naked butts?
No, what? Wait.
Okay, wait, you said this before and there were no butts.
With this, there are people walking, so they. Okay.
Good try.
Did she also give her information to the government that said she had to go and buy some like Tatooine credits in order to pay off her debts?
There's a reason Neela needs money real bad.
Yeah. It's not just bad crystal that they have it. She's just getting scammed right and left.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna Chanson, could you take a look at this because like Neela is just so nice and like I think she's just like maybe she gave too much.
This is not... The good news is yours has not achieved sentience. Any possible sentience would have been killed by the viruses infecting your datapad. Nothing could... no sentience could survive in here. So that's...
It was so sick it died.
Yeah. Any sentience that could have developed on your datapad is gone.
Do you think you should stab it because it has illness?
And put it out of its misery? I mean, no, it's not sentient, so I don't need to kill it. But do you want me to try to purge the data problems from it? Mm-hmm. The viruses? Okay.
Okay, but don't use this as an excuse to not come out with us tonight.
No one has talked to me about coming out tonight, and I really don't want to, so I would like to...
Aren't we performing?
No, it's tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. Okay.
We are definitely going out tonight. Oh my gosh.
That's... No, it's not even. I'm going to spend one more luck point and try that again.
Mordinki, I have used your name to get into the club.
When did you have time? Never mind. It's fine.
That
I
works.
don't want to know.
Wait, which clubs does that work at?
Oh, all of them except for like a lot of them.
Oh, okay.
It is
I
good.
have been
check it
kicked out
out.
of a few clubs.
Murdenki, your name would absolutely get you into Alderon's moon. No problem.
I feel like we all got such nice presents from the people here. I feel like we could get into a lot of places.
I rolled a hard success on her datapad.
Alderon's moon is such a fucked up name.
What were you? Sorry, what was
It
the thing
is.
you're rolling?
A use computer to try to clear it of viruses.
Sure,
I rolled
hard success.
It took me 3 force points, but I got there.
Not worth it.
Nerd.
So you've managed to isolate and remove most of the viruses, and you're running a disk frag on it.
Oh,
and then also,
no.
and you feel like once you've done that, you'll.
Neela, what's your admin password?
1, 2, 3, 4. It used to just be password, but they said that wasn't safe.
So you made it easy.
Can we give her a little bit of training on how to not get scammed, at least on the data pack?
The thing about it is, which
Do you
Neela
think
do you
she'll
think is going to
retain
retain this?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
There's no point.
And
it's a
that's
high one.
Chanson, you're able to install like some pretty robust antivirus software that you think will protect it for the future. At least in terms of like actually infecting it. As far as the like responding to messages and sending stuff away,
That's not
that's
that.
just to grew to error. That's not really something you can deal with.
Unless I put some parental controls on it. Nah, she'll be fine.
All right. And then, is there anything else you would like to do for tonight, before the performance? Or shall we just send the metaphorical twin suns down and rise?
God.
Can I go knock on Tipgala's door?
Yeah, absolutely. Please.
Yeah. Hi. What's up, Finnan?
Oh, hello. Listen, I requested, and I'm not sure if you're okay with it, but I did request that you stand right next to me during the opening. How do you feel about that?
Anything to support you. We're good.
Oh my gosh, that's totally great. But also, would you mind supporting me in a more, like a bigger way and like tapping me on the beat?
I can try since I gotta dance anyways, so I could just kind of add it to my dance to tap you every so often.
Great. And could you also make sure that like no one tries to kidnap me?
Oh, I will do my best.
That's great. That's great. And can I also sleep on your rug?
Sure.
Chanson said that like he wasn't really didn't want me to. So like I was like thinking maybe I could sleep on your rug.
Does it make you feel safer?
Who knows?
Yeah, you can sleep on my rug.
She's really out of touch with
so
her own
much. I can't
feelings
wait.
about her safety.
Yeah.
I can't wait to rub it in Cha-Cha's face.
Do you want a blanket or are you good?
No, I don't want anything. Thank you. I'm gonna go tell Cha-Cha that, like, he has to sleep on his own rug.
Do I have a comfortable rug? I don't know, but
I mean, there are like very like effectively like, they're Loth Bear rugs, bearskin rugs
okay.
out there.
Oh, okay.
When in doubt, go to Loth Bear and just throw a Loth
Yes.
in front of it.
Don't understand why everything's a Lothal.
But well, it is in the outer ribs.
That's fair.
True.
You know, the although who got the biggest room? I forget. I think it was Neela, right?
Yeah.
Neela got the biggest.
Yes.
Mur
Neela,
got the
you
most
do have.
obstructed.
Neela has a.
I
probably
got the
same-
corner room.
That's right. Where you can kind of see the city.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Neela's there is oh my god, I just lost the name of it.
Everyone
Thing
can
that
come
attacked
sleep in
Luke
my room.
in Hoth.
Oh, a Wampa?
A Wampa!
Thank you. There's a Wampa rug in Neela's.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That smells so
I might have to go sleep in Neela's room.
It would smell so bad.
I mean, this is nice stuff. They've treated it. They've cleaned it.
I feel like it's.
At least it's not a tauntaun rug
Oh.
I
No,
thought
the-
those smelled bad when they were on the
on the app.
I know.
Oh.
There are Tauntaun sleeping bags if you would like.
Oh, yeah.
But
Guts still in them.
Oh my god,
That's the only
does
way
that
it stays
exist? That
warm.
needs to be a thing that exists. It's like
there
actual-
are Tauntaun sleeping bags.
Okay.
Well,
Oh, I was gonna say,
Think
that's
Geek
so
made
cute.
them, so who knows?
Yes.
Think Geek doesn't exist anymore.
They're GameStop now.
GameStop doesn't really exist anymore. so.
It doesn't.
Okay, so then Venom sleeps on Tipgala's Loth Bear rug. And then if there's nothing else anyone would like to do, we can let the night pass to the next day. Where like just in knowing that you have a busy day ahead of you, the staff has got ahead and already sort of when you kind of awaken, there's like on your floor there's already like a breakfast bar that's been set up so you can kind of get whatever you want, your calf, your whatever sort of foods you would like to have. They sort of prepared just a huge assortment of stuff for you to sort of graze at whatever you like, since they know that you're basically going to have to make your way fairly quickly to like basically probably around like before midday you're gonna have to make your way to the stadium.
Is it afternoon or is it tonight?
Oh, it's a midday thing, right?
Sure.
Because there's no sun to contend with. It's just you just do whatever you want, right? There's no like.
Fair enough.
And I believe the Moth wants to get the celebrations underway.
Don't blame.
So.
Tipgala, what's your biggest fear?
Human connection.
Specifically humans, just like Chanson.
Yes.
Just Jansen.
Glenfidge connection actually is.
Connecting to all other sentient life forms, no problem. Humans,
It's all like, everything that has Leku, cool. Anything that doesn't, except for Venom. Venom's cool.
Totally.
Tipgala's a tentaclist.
Venom's fingers are like Leku. I like Leku adjacent.
Yeah, yes.
Totally.
Why? What's your biggest fear?
Oh no, I don't have any fears. I just Chanson told me that's a good question.
That is a good question.
Okay.
All right. Then, unless there's anything else you would like to do, you're all able to sort of get into your. You can dress here, or you can also dress there. But however you would like to appear there, you can get into the air speeders and make your way over.
I pick my finest pair of pants out.
The midnight black ones.
Yes.
Very nice.
Nothing but the finest for the Prime Order.
And you have Tagala, you have your dress that matches your eyes. And Mila, you have just like a literal
I'm
metric
covered in
fuck ton of crystals.
Just covered, and then I'm also carrying this giant crystal with me and my.
You're
adult
bringing the
one.
focus crystal with you.
I just am imagining that like scene at the end of episode 1 where he holds the ball up in the air. It's like Neela with like chimes all over him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so you all make your way there. Everything seems to be running very smoothly, right? Our wonderful stage manager seems to be having this place running. She does seem to be in a sense of calm, seeing all the pieces having fallen into place. And you can just see, like, Neela, you sort of see her as she's getting there, seeing you all arrive. She does take, like, you could notice that she does seem to take, like, a few calming breaths. And sort of walks up to you, like, you're here, early even. That's great news. Are you all ready to sort of take the stage and sort of begin setting up, warming up, whatever you'll need to do? I don't know if you're already warmed up before you got here. Everyone has their own wet maze of working.
I suppose it will take a bit of time. How are you doing, Venon?
What?
How are you doing?
Good.
Lovely.
Can I just make a humble request for everyone to stare into this focus crystal just for a few moments?
I make whatever the force equivalent of crossing myself is that gesture.
You want us to stare into a crystal? Okay.
Huh? It's a focus crystal.
Is it?
Why would you not want to? With only the biggest performance of your life looming.
Well, because I've never done it before, which means
Not in my life,
usually
but
do fine.
sure.
Is there any like medical reason that this could like harm us somehow? Is there any reason I would be
It's
like?
not sentient if that's what you're worried about.
Well,
Yeah.
you're right about that.
I would say, Chanson, given your just base level of like science and stuff like that, you don't think there's anything to these crystals that Neela gets involved with. You
All
think
right,
it's
then
all
I'll
just sort
take
of like
a gander. That's fine.
I want to know if everybody else feels it like I feel it.
who is looking into
I
the
feel
crystal?
something. I'll look into the crystal.
Everyone who's going to look into the crystal, make a willpower roll.
Oh shit.
Oh God, what did I just do to us?
Yeah. It's over. It's down at the bottom. Oh,
Hard success.
Hard success.
I guess I should roll too because I'm gonna look at it.
A success. Normal success.
Normal success.
Success.
hard success.
Well, very willful group. Apparently.
We both have 99. Which explains the arguments.
Yeah. All of you do sense just a sense of calm come over you, like any sort of nerves and stuff like that. Do, at least for the moment, steady, if any of you have any of them. I would say that also, with most of your together, you all understand that there's like nothing supernatural happening here, unless you believe there
Only
is.
the musical power of Jits.
It's just a moment of like
That's
taking.
supernatural.
There's just a thing of just like
That is supernatural.
taking a focus moment here. A moment for you all just calmed, focused together in like a moment of unity. Seems to have just sort of calmed everything down. And quieted whatever noise was inside you for the moment.
I'm no deeply suspicious.
So
Don't stab my crystal.
The power of the force.
possibly. Who can say? That's all for you all to judge. I guess I literally am the force, so I guess it is for me to say. As the
Yeah, it's
living
like
can
legit, like literally for you to say.
Mm-hmm.
Well then, are you all ready to take the stage?
Yes.
Oh my God! This is a big moment.
I suppose so. Is it a full crowd? Like a...
Oh yeah, basically you're starting to see like by the time you guys will say like if you're ready to take the stage, we'll fast forward over all of the like sort of like last minute sound checks and sort of getting your instruments in place and stuff like that, and any last minute like last looks and stuff like that. And by the time like we are heading to the point of like, yeah, there's about 40,000 people. And,
Oh.
I'll poke my head out and just look at the crowd. Huh. Thought it would be bigger. And then just go back.
I have a question about the crowd. Is it mostly, like, are we talking about? Is it all First Order? Are there 40,000 First Order troops here? Is this?
It's not all First Order.
It's
not all
a lot of local.
Yeah, so there's definitely like a section where like basically the nicer like the box seats and things like that and the better viewing area, that all seems to be Prime Order. And there's probably roughly, I'd say 10,000 various levels like of armor and uniform that you kind of see. And then the rest of it appears to be native Caledonians.
Hello, ding dongs. Am I right?
I hope not.
I mean,
don't put that lyric in the song.
Don't worry,
so
Niels. We will
tempting.
not put that lyric.
Don't say
in the
that
song.
by accident, Tip Gala.
Neil's just trying out some of her next album's material right now. You know, she's just riffing for her next comedy
I
album.
forgot that Neil is also a stand-up.
Oh, right. Neela, go warm up the crowd.
Oh my god.
The warm-up guy?
Hey, anybody here from out of town? All right.
Where are you from, sir?
Here.
And she just has the corniest location jokes, Star Wars universe location jokes.
Oh yeah.
Awful.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Neil strikes me as someone who would do the I just flew in from Nar Shaddaa and boy are my arms tired.
Yeah.
I also really am into Neela's riff on what else? What else?
I'll just leave you with this.
So then, if you're all ready,
Mhm.
we take the stage.
do we need to
Always
roll,
ready
or we
to
just do it good?
Well, the first person, the beginning of this is a person alone.
Uh-huh.
So, can I do my subtle little shimmy shake for the rhythm?
Sure, God's giving her rhythm as well.
Yeah, so
Oh,
go
yeah.
ahead and... So, I'm going to say... This is going to be weird. So, Neela, go ahead and make a acrobatics roll like we did before.
Does my force luck roll affect this at all?
We will find out.
Shit.
And Tipgala, I'm going to... Weird. I think just make a touch roll.
Okay. That's different. Hold on, let's see.
Wait, can Tipgala do acrobatics because she's dancing? Because she's real good at that.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. Like, if you are... Well, it depends on how are you? Are you tapping her? Are you...
I was
How are
thinking
you?
tapping with rhythm.
Oh, okay. Like if you're basically just trying to like tap your foot next to her or something like that, we can make that acrobatics. That's
Okay,
fine.
okay.
I was thinking more of like you actually like trying to physically.
Because that was going to be a serious fail if not.
Yeah, that's fine.
Also,
Okay, regular
I
success.
am about to temporarily employ a thing that's not of me.
Yeah, there'll be. Don't worry, we're gonna address that in a second. It's gonna be a little weird in terms of that roll. Okay. So, Neela, what was your acrobatics?
Oh, sorry. I was trying to look. It's definitely a fail. I got a 97.
Okay.
Wait,
But,
what's
I
your
was trying to
acrobatics
look
normally?
I was trying to look for a nuts for butts emoji because they're talking about it in the chat.
Oh, that's not
Yeah.
good.
Oh yeah, Anna just rolled a. Anna just that's a fall.
That's a fumble. So,
Yeah.
Oh no!
okay, we'll deal with that in a second, Neela.
Oh, because it's a 97?
Yeah, because if you have less than a 50, a 96 or higher is a fumble.
But I succeeded, so
Regular
do we
success for
level
you?
out? Yes.
Whoa.
No, that does not cancel that out. But we'll see. We'll see how we get here.
What if I
'cause there's so
spent a
many
bunch of
factors.
luck?
There's so many factors right now. So,
Uh-huh.
So Venom, you are about to start this all out. Neela, you have Tipgala near you, sort of like tapping a beat, right, for you as like kind of like a right. So just kind of like
Oh, God.
you have Neela off to the side, sort of like suddenly like she starts with like the same beat as Tipgala, but now you see that she is like off on a rhythm. She seems to have like you've seen Neela do this before. It feels like Neela's like gone inward. But Venom, what is it that you are planning to do here?
When Neela leans really far backwards, it's not good.
She's sort of dancing with the giant focus crystal.
I was planning in a way to only to impress Prince Johnson. To set off my personal shield gen in an aura blossom fashion that just repeats a rhythm that is in rhythm.
Okay. So here is what we will do. You're gonna make a personal shield tech roll, but you're going to make it with your grav tambourine bonuses, since you are doing this musically. So you're using the personal shield tech score, but the bonuses from the grav tambourine.
I thought you were having her do the opposite. Understood.
No.
So you only get one bonus.
Well, I will say that this is the influence. You just feel there's a moment where you sort of feel perhaps a moment of like sort of the force maybe guiding you in some way, where you rely more on you kind of see the clarity of the shields versus trying to keep the beat.
You could buy an extra one if you wanted.
30.
A hard success.
Hard success.
Hard success. Excellent. And there is I don't think any of you really know to what extent Venom has tweaked. I think a lot of you know
No
that
idea.
severally that she tweaked her grav tambourine. But not only at this moment is she starts keeping the beat, like to Bella, you're like, okay, this is going, and then you immediately start firing off these just like force generated fields that almost like light up for a moment, that sort of surround you with this like flower blossom, and then retract, and then sort of explode again, right, and retract, and it's almost like it lasts for the full 4-beat measure and then retracts in again, but you keep hearing the steady beat of this, and like the crowd starts freaking out, right? It is appearing like, and it is like growing every time you do this. It is growing into a larger sort of field that is sort of been tuned enough that you all pass through it. It is not actually bouncing you around, so that it becomes something noticeable. And Neela is just.
Wait, did I eat some of Neela's mushrooms? Oh no! Did we all eat them?
What the fuck was in that crystal, Niels?
And after a few moments of like, and you can hear the music coming through, hear the beat, and you all sort of like manage to sort of catch your amusement or your amazement down for a second, and everyone, please make a performance roll for me.
This is
I
where
will say,
spent before
Neela, given your earlier moment of like, and I think between the obsession with your crystal and now this light show, I'm just saying you're just gonna take one penalty on your roll, so you just roll it straight without the bonus.
Or you could spend a force point to get the bonus back.
Yeah.
I got an extreme success.
I'm spending one.
Vital success.
A general performance or a
Yeah.
straight dulcimer?
No, sorry, your
performance?
dulcimer performance.
Oh, okay. Success.
Okay, success, extreme success,
Vital.
vital success from Erdenki.
Roll a 5.
God, mine is extreme, but it's so few points to get it to vital. I'll make it vital.
Excellent.
I spent 1 luck point to make it vital.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
the 5. Yeah, Let's get this off to a good Shadowtown gumbo.
Okay, excellent. So yes, the Shadowdown Gumbo. You have played this like night after night after night, and this moment is probably the most you have all vibed together, right? Where it is actually a moment of like, rather than just blending, there are these moments of give and take where you are allowing like each individual sort of signature sound to sort of pop out for a moment to sort of announce yourself to this crowd of who you are as the Crystal Toasters before blending the sound back together. And this sort of seamlessly carries you through as you then perform a rendition of Tatooine Blues, right? Which leads you to a more upbeat moment of "Calm me anytime." Calm me, or you can calm me anytime.
Calm me anytime. Wait, I'll play "Calm Me Anytime" in the background. Hold on, I got that on here. Yeah.
God.
Before taking it down a notch for Chanson's sort of spotlighted performance here.
Do I know to release the spotlight?
Oh yeah, I would say at this point, like you, when you can now you have control over that of the fields at this point. So like once the tension's off of you, you can just kind of go back to your grav tam, or you can keep the force fields bouncing through the performances as you want. I would say with that level of success from the beginning, you have control over that to match the rhythms as you go through.
I have a question.
Yes.
As I play Treachery and Countenance, does that seem to register to the? It may not. Maybe it's a somewhat obscure fact that was Palpatine's favorite magical. I'm just curious if anyone in the crowd is like recognizing this as a
make a look roll.
A look roll.
Because you will know from where things were set. You know there is a box, like a very like set up box seat where the Moth is sitting with Mika Krat and the mayor.
I'm going to spend a force point to re-roll that. Yeah, significantly better. I rolled a 92, but now I rolled a 7, so we'll go with the 7.
7.
So,
as you are playing this, you kind of look across the crowd, and you do see maybe more like people in officer uniforms. You see a handful of them recognize it, but not too many within the crowd. But you do see recognition and appreciation on the face of one Moth Zog. And with that a 7, I will also say that like you also catch just a glimpse of Mika Krat's face, sort of off the shoulder, like behind Moff Zog, off to his right, and you do see just sort of maybe a discontent frown on her face. But beyond that, no real massive reaction. But it is like, the performance is it is very much a moment where everyone quiets down. It's the kind of moment where people would light proton lighters,
death stick lighters.
Yeah. Before that ends, and then we come back up for a bigger moment here with Sabak Shift. And that seems to get sort of some heads bopping, crowd starts getting back into it, Sabak Shift, leading us into the sort of back half where we head to our new arrangement of Break the Chain. As you are like midway through Break the Chain, I would like all of you to make a look roll for me, please.
Look roll.
Extreme success.
Success.
Normal success.
Extreme success.
You can spend
Just when you thought Neela wasn't paying attention, she's back.
Failure.
Failure. Extreme success. Extreme success. Chanson?
Success.
Success. Murdenki.
Success.
Success. Okay. As you are playing this, you do seem to notice a crowd, like a small crowd, like maybe 5. Crowd's not the right word. A small group. 5 figures sort of getting up and moving away from just underneath the sort of like, we'll call it like the royal box where the Moth and the Mayor and Mika are watching. With the extreme successes of Tipgala and Neela, you can further see the distinct forms of these 5 figures that are wearing pike helmets and garb. And they are moving away in the midst of this song. And you see sort of, you kind of, if you wish to track that, if that perks you up at all, Neil and Tipgala, you see that then they sort of like leave the amphitheater while you are playing this song. But beyond that, your performance goes off well. You can see that the native Caledonians like are cheering, sort of singing along with the lyrics of it, and greatly enjoying the performance. Which then would bring us to our closer, which is Caledine in its prime. Parenthetical prime chance. And as the sort of opening, sort of more like syncopated beat begins to play to sort of welcome this in, the ground shakes, and at that same moment, there is an explosion from beneath where the royal sort of viewing area, and that area starts to begin to collapse. And yet, at the same time, there is another shake to the ground. I need all of you to make, I guess, dodge rolls, please. It feels like an earthquake.
Okay. I'm good.
Dodge.
Hard success.
Hard success for Tikgala.
It's not under physical. Where would it be?
It's under combat.
It's under combat.
It sort of should be under physical, but since it's so much more used in combat, it's a combat.
Oh, good.
Use a force point to reroll.
Success.
Success for Neela.
I rolled to the number. I rolled 66, which is my number for dodge.
Excellent.
Normal success.
Normal success for Chance and normal success for Murdenki. Ven and Rosk.
Hard success.
Hard success. So all of you, as this is happening, Mur and Chanson are a little more caught off guard, a little wobbly, but you all manage to stay on your feet. Looking at this torrent of fire, people that are just now sort of engulfing this area, this like viewing platform. People are starting to sort of fan out as another sort of like tremor of the earth happens, and the ceiling begins to crack. Right? It feels like the actual like roof of this cave is like cracking underneath this, and there is another eruption, and at this point a large sort of chunk, like almost the size of like a meteor, comes down, sort of crashing into the distance.
Time to go.
And as you all gaze up into the sky that you can now see of the surface, you see a vessel that seems to be the source of this. You see what appears to be happening is an orbital bombardment. And you see there a Venator-class Star Destroyer with the maroon accents of the Old Republic version that the Jedi used during the Clone Wars.
Maroon accent.
And painted on it, emblazoned on it, you recognize the symbol of the huts.
I knew it.
Oh shit!
I
And
knew it. I knew they would come for us.
is where we will end tonight's session.
Oh,
we're so
no.
Oh no!
Are they mad at us?
Fuck.
Are they mad?
Do they feel mad?
It'd be funny if they're not even there for us.
Oh no!
Well,
It's probably fine. They're probably not here for you. Why would they be here for you?
I can't imagine why.
Who are they here for?
The pipes.
the pikes.
It seems like a lot of effort for little less.
Yeah, that seems... Well,
Not for me. It seems like the right amount of effort for me.
Are you okay? Those actually can shoot really hard. Are you alright? Cool. Sorry.
Well, thank you. Thanks, players. Thanks for a very fun and motivating and heartwarming session where we learn the importance of cybersecurity.
It's important.
I don't think Neela learned the importance of it.
No, but we learned that Neela doesn't know, and so that's good for us to know. You know.
Oh, but we
Never
did
let
get the
her
money
touch
for
our
that
data
prince,
pads.
which is important.
Yeah.
I really hope we did not do that.
I think we did.
I'm pretty sure we did.
I'm pretty sure we did. Oh dear. Well, we can't have just one nice performance without someone blowing a hole in the roof.
Look, look on the bright side. There is now no record of you all ever having publicly performed a pseudo-fascist anthem.
I do appreciate
On top of that, the bright side is we can see the sky now.
Hey, that's...
Yeah, but there's also no record of me really performing great.
No, that exists.
We should have been we were recording.
Yeah.
We had a whole recorder for that. Come
Oh
on.
yeah. No, that whole thing has been recorded. The opening of this is recorded for sure.
Yeah.
We're all so fucked.
Yeah. I'm not. I'm. The fact that the Pikes. There's the fact that the Pikes did something, then the Huts did something. That's strange.
Yeah, that's what's weird to me. Yeah.
That part has some confusion. Well, I'm gonna
This
stop
is
talking
going to
about
end
voice.
poorly.
Nah.
Probably.
Probably.
Yes.
I feel
Probably.
like Verdanki's
Probably
had
not.
a lot of these scrapes.
I know. Yeah, I mean, you've all managed to elude every threat thus far. So
That's.
now that they're all here in one place, that should be
No.
easy.
Yeah,
All
that's true.
the threats are here, so all you have to do is not be here, right?
All we have to do is just keep talking about nonsense, and then we'll never get to the bad parts.
Mhm.
That's my whole advice.
That's how you survive longer.
Guys, I used 8 of my 9 luck points tonight.
You mean force points?
Force points.
I was
Wait,
like, you only
okay.
have 9 luck?
Yeah.
Like,
Wait. Force points you don't get back? I always...
You
you
do.
do.
Force points you refresh every time. Luck points stay.
Damn it, I
But
should
he
have
has a ton. We only get 5.
Yeah.
I should have used more of those, though.
I start 9 because
Yeah, because Philip did took some feats or facets rather to increase his luck
You know what?
Um,
So I did.
and his force as well.
So I did.
Thank you all for watching. This is going to be a little bit of a longer cliffhanger than normal because we will not be back with a More Wretched Hive next Sunday. In fact, normally I basically have to turn the entire scheduling over to Philip this time because we are beginning what we are calling Blood Week this week.
Almost. It's mild. It's that but fancier.
Because Philip's eyes will be bleeding by the end of this week, or?
No, we are beginning. That was the original plan for it, but we are beginning. So there is no game tomorrow because I needed one night off. Starting on Tuesday, the 25th, we begin Blood from a Stone Week of Blood. So for 7 consecutive days, on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, there will be a game at 7:30 p.m. Saturday, there will be a game in the afternoon, probably like 2 p.m. or so, to be determined. On Sunday, 1 week from tonight, it will be members of this group here for another installment of Blood from a Stone, and then on Monday, which is October 31st, Halloween, we will have our conclusion. It is every single one of these is an official chapter of Blood from a Stone, because that's kind of an anthology series anyway. Each one is set in a different Dreadland or domain of Dread. I will say that 4 of them have never been seen before. We will be returning, I'll tell you what they are real quick. On Tuesday, we'll be going to the Grave Marshes, which we've seen mentions of the Grave Marshes way back in Paradise and a little bit on Rocket Base 95. On Wednesday, we're going to Arcana Bane. Way back in Paradise, we also met someone from there, and the Arcana Bane is what took over what used to be the mall, the Paradise Galleria. On Thursday, which is Chapter 69, we are going to Voluptua. So back to Voluptua again.
Perfect.
On Friday, we'll be in Merkshire, resuming what we saw last week in Merkshire. On Saturday, we're going back to the original, to Paradise. 1 week from tonight, we'll be in the Fractured Factory, which has been alluded to in several of the things, and there actually are some scenes that take place there in the novella Taste of Paradise, which you can get from our download section. The novella set in the world of Blood from a Stone has a couple scenes in the Fractured Factory. And then last, on the final night, we will be in the Surfing Domain. The domain numbered 13. So some fun stuff there. I'm really excited about. Yes, Kiss Buns indeed in Voluptua. I'm very excited about all of the crazy stuff. There is a through line to these episodes as well, but each one will just kind of be a Halloween, a festive, horror-tinged, fun thing on their own. Standalone things, but they're also all connected. So please check those out, and then I will collapse.
This also
There also might not be a game next Tuesday. We'll see if Phillips.
Oh no, there is no game next. Oh, this coming Tuesday? I'm taking the Tuesday after that. Then I'm off for sure. Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
There's no games the days before and after this. 100%. So yeah, that's what's going on there. Also, yeah, go to our About page here on Twitch. See what our players do. Go to our Discord. We post recaps, fun stuff there. We've been a little more active in Discord recently, talking about X-Men. And
which I would like to say that we seem to have predated the X-Men craze, and I would like to formally say that Critical Role definitely copied us with their Halloween episode where they all dressed as different members of the X-Men for the episode.
What's Critical Role?
It's like a
I
small
don't know.
Nobody
them.
knows.
Yeah.
No idea who they are.
It's like a small
They're-
indie
they're-
thing.
Yeah, just some indie people out there. Nobody really watches them.
And then I basically lately am just using the Discord to post various visits to restaurants I take, and if they are thematically appropriate.
It's appropriate.
Oh, I love that.
It's great.
But Jeremy, is there any? Are you back with your comic? Is it back?
Next month we're back. I do a fantasy webcomic called Travelers of Talaria. The link is in the description of my stuff on the Discord, I think. But yeah, if you like fantasy, there's like 1.5 books worth of content already online for free. So if you want to go read that, check it out. It's on Webtoon, Tapas, and Tumblr. So wherever you prefer to get your webcomics.
Yeah, check it out for sure.
And Anna?
Yes, I'm going to be cooking this week. On Tuesday on Instagram at Anna Vicino, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to make some pumpkin bars, which I thought I was going to make last week, but it didn't. So I'm saving it for Halloween week. So
I was wondering if you'd make something with pumpkin, and I'm very excited that you are.
And this week's Substack newsletter post is a low carb baked brie shaped like a fucking pumpkin. You guys, I did it.
I love a
I
baked
figured
brie.
it out. It was delicious. But
I
I'm gonna
did.
make pumpkin bars this week.
Very cool.
Actually, I have something. I haven't had something to announce in a while. One of the things I worked on is sort of out.
Great.
There's a game called Omega Strikers, which if you like League of Legend or Rocket League, this is like Rocket League, but with soccer. And if you like anime, it's very anime inspired in terms of the characters and stuff like that.
Cool.
But it's basically soccer, except people have like guns and can do time bending and stuff like that. It's very fun. It's very frenetic. It's right now it's the beta release. It's free to play. It's on Steam right now.
That's awesome.
In February, the mobile and console release will be coming with more characters because there's going to be tons. It's super fun and very lighthearted. So,
Very cool.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Is it crossplay?
It will be crossplay when they come out.
And you did voice stuff for this? You did
I directed all the voiceover for it.
Nice.
Quick
awesome.
question. What does crossplay mean?
Oh,
Between
that-
platforms.
So like a
It
PC
goes-
player
yeah.
can play with a mobile player can play with a console player.
They can't always do that?
No.
It's becoming more and more common.
That's dumb.
But the big thing is always that like the PlayStation will always be its own island.
Oh. How rude.
Thank you.
But that's I had forgotten about that until just now. So yeah, enjoy that. And
That's awesome, Pierre.
Very cool.
and if there are no other announcements, do we have anything else we need to cover for the channel? No, that's it, right? That's everything. All right.
This time.
So then, till next time, remember, the music will save us. Good night, everyone.
Så god ifrån. Ha!
Hosta mefta sinko basta hosta mefta juvrek rishi labir proof snores lajekor rishi labir usas no snor break. Hosta mefta sinko basta hosta mefta juvre rishi labir groove snores lajekor rishi labir usas nos no vre.